can't help it. That's the way I was carved. Oh, I wasn't. I went for the pumpkin patch. Nobody watched me, and I just ran away.
Hello and welcome to the 2022 edition of DWN Productions THC podcast sponsored by Fast Custom Shirts Halloween Spooktacular. How was your week? Ghoulish, I hope.
If ghoulish means sucks, yes, indeed. This week has sucked quite a bit. All I've done seemingly is work, which is good, but it seems, Tom, that the easiest of jobs always give me the most trouble. So I've been quite pissed lately for something I should have been able to knock out in my first year of business. It's just kicking my ass, and I keep fucking it up, and I am not pleased. Not pleased, Tom.
It always seems that's how it goes, and then there's only one thing, so there's nothing you can do to cover it up.
Nope. I've got a pile of scrap shirts now. So if you're homeless, swing by the shop and get a slightly crooked shirt or one where the ink just kind of caked into the web and screwed up, and I had to do a bunch of other ones just to get the ink out of there. Yeah. Fun stuff.
It would appear you have something on your face.
Yes, I've been doing some henchman work, but we'll get into that later.
I think they call it henching in the industry, you see. But no, I've also had another shit week. But after today, I will have all the Halloween orders done, and they will be shipped and out the door tomorrow for the ghouls and goblins to get it in time. Knock on wood. These aren't actually Halloween orders. They're just orders I wanted to get done before Halloween. It's gonna be hard for me to see my list.
Me too. So I was hoping this week, because tomorrow I'm headed on the road. I'm going to Houston. Saturday I'll be at the Houston Horror Film Festival Halloween Hullabaloo pop-up. And I thought, I'm in pretty good shape at work right now. I should be getting out of there at about 5 today. Nope, not at all. I thought that, I could take Friday off and just take my time and then get on the road. Nope, I'll be at the shop in the morning trying to knock shit out, trying to finish some stuff up that's giving me a bit of trouble, Tom. And then, because that shit gave me trouble, I'm behind on another job. But, fuck it. It'll get done. And then I'm getting on the road. I'm glad to be getting away for just a few days.
Are you going to check out Corey Heyman's Hullabaloo Spectacular?
I don't know. I think that's after hours of the show, maybe.
And you just want to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, as soon as the show's done, I'm packing up and I'm headed down to Corpus.
Don't drink and drive, and remember,
no,
some water.
No, I think maybe just an edible or two, but no drinking.
Okay. I think you handle that a little worse.
Maybe.
Who would have thought talking like that hurts my head?
I would have thought that.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well, this is gonna... I can't even see the desk. Joe?
Can't even see my spider sign here that I screen printed onto this shirt.
Oh, fuck. Give me a minute. I can't see my list. God damn it. Where's my lantern? Fuck.
You could talk, Joe.
I'm looking for something.
Fuck.
So, Tom, what'd you watch?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've watched not as much as I'm used to for the Halloween season, or as Tom calls it, the spooky season.
Well, Joe, I watched a lot of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow adaptations. Have you ever?
I'm not talking like that anymore because it hurts. God damn it.
Come on,
Joe.
man. Do it for the show, Tom.
Hey, Joe. Maybe it's this goddamn band. I don't think so, because this is a DWN Productions mask. I think it's just my doing that stupid voice pulling the muscles in my fucking head.
Probably.
Anyways, you ever heard of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow?
I have. I've heard. That's a That is a novella. Of course, they didn't call it that at the time, by Washington Irving. What a fucking prick name.
I would consider it folk horror. I don't know about you, but I definitely would. This is probably the most famous folk horror story, Joe.
Well, there is an animated adaptation of it on the All the Haunts VR's box set.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that one.
It's one of the special features.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I talked about it a few 2 months back.
I remember that. Well, Joe, I we had a list a couple weeks ago, and it was Halloween viewing recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
And I took one of my recommendations to heart, and I went back and rewatched the Disney classic, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Not as good as I remember there, Joe.
Well,
There's about
he's a dancing motherfucker in that one, right?
yeah, lots of singing, lots of dancing, maybe only about a minute of combined spooktacular imagery.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a Bing Crosby fan, then this is an absolute must watch. And I know you enjoy smacking women around, so this one might be right up your alley. And the drinking and everything. But yeah, didn't hold up too well for me. Probably because the last time I seen it was when I was a child. So I don't know if I'll be going back and watching this adaptation anytime soon, but you know, if you like singing and dancing and Disney shit, and about a good, I don't know, I think a minute's being kind, saying there's a minute of spooktacular imagery, maybe a good 46 seconds. So,
So this one's always partnered up with Frog and Mr. Toad for some reason, right?
yeah, I'm guessing because they're both pretty short. I watched it on the YouTube though. So what are you looking at? You looking at spooktacular imagery from
I am.
Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman?
I am.
There's a lot of good stills there to sell the movie, but you know, it just didn't really hold up for the old Tomster.
Yeah, so I think the one that's on that All the Haunts VRs box set, and that one I don't know if that played on PBS or what, but I remember it from my childhood, Tom, and it's pretty good. The animation style is all wonky and shit, but I dig it.
Well, Joe, you know what else needs to be dug?
What is that, Tom?
A grave for Rankin and or Bass. Rest in empowerment. I forgot to check out which one. But it's still ghoulish.
So and we didn't even mention Mad Monster Party on our recommendations.
We didn't. I thought about that one later on in the week too. I was like, oh shit, man, that's a good one.
You stupid fucking bitch. Why didn't you think of that fucking shit? But yeah, if you still got time, damn it. Now, a Rankin and Bass Halloween special episode, maybe, that I really wouldn't recommend. This one goes back to my childhoods again. I think the first time I seen this was in elementary school. That fat bitch wheeling the TV out that should have fell on her. And I think this was called Storybook Classics or some shit. But there was one called Jack O'Lantern. And it's surprisingly about a leprechaun. Have you ever heard the classic fairy tale Jack O'Lantern? Because I guess this is what this series was based off of, was classic fairy tales.
Well, I remember there was a cartoon about the story of the Jack-o'-lantern,
Yes.
but I don't remember it very well.
Well, in this one, a leprechaun turns himself into a pumpkin seed so he can hibernate for the winter, as leprechauns do. So naturally, it turns into a pumpkin, Joe, because that's what happens when you plant a seed. So this pumpkin comes to life. A couple kids in a barn with their goat and cow and maybe a sheep get spooked by this pumpkin that comes to life and puts himself on a scarecrow. And these kids are just like, damn it, leprechaun, scarecrow, genie, we need a wish. And our wish is to get the crops to grow because we keep getting this frost that's killing all our fucking crops. And he says, oh, Bagora, and shit like that. And it turns out it's not a frost giant, Joe, but it's a witch and her homosexual brother putting spells on the dirt so nothing can grow, even though this pumpkin was able to grow. But remember, it wasn't a pumpkin, it was a leprechaun disguising himself as a seed. And then they beat the witches, and they all live happily ever after, probably eating fucking potatoes and cabbage and shit. Some of the imagery is pretty cool. Another one from the old childhood, but maybe if you have kids, watch it with them, but they'll probably say, what the fuck? This is animated like fucking shit, you fuck, and you're making me watch this? And then you're going to have to take those little bastards up to the bathroom, not to molest them, but to wipe their mouth out with soap for having such a filthy fucking mouth. And that, Joe, was Jack-o'-lantern. Rest in empowerment, Rankin and or Bass. Were you able to watch anything, Joe?
I did. When I got home today, I got on the old YouTube, and I just looked Halloween special. And there was one thing that had like 380 Halloween specials. Scooting through those, I'm like, huh, the Grinch had a sequel. How about that? And going through more and more, and it's all looks like crap. And then I came across one I'd already seen, but I thought I'd revisit it. And that was Wishbone. And Wishbone's interpretation of the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
I was going to watch it, god damn it.
Yeah. If you're familiar with Wishbone, part of it takes place in real time, real life, with Wishbone helping out his buddy, his master there, his boy, he calls him. And the other half is Wishbone reenacting classic literature. So it just so happens this is a Halloween episode, and he is portraying Ichabod Crane. And like Ichabod, Wishbone likes to eat. Yep. And he's trying to seduce Miss Carruthers or whatever the girl's name is.
Katrina, maybe?
Maybe Christina, something like that. And he's kind of a prick with his knowledge and everything, and the bruiser that comes along, I don't know what his name is, Gaston, maybe. That guy's just trying to get laid, and old Ichabod, Wishbone, he's being just a cock-blocking son of a bitch.
Brom Bones.
There you go. Whole Brahms. Yeah.
Wishbone? Brombone?
Yeah. So
Brombone?
What they do is they pull the old bamboozle on Ichabod, Wishbone, at the end, and kind of scare him. Because there really is no Headless Horseman, Tom. But it just goes to show you how powerful stories can be. We're the Headless Horseman, Tom. We are.
It's a gateway into the imagination.
Yeah, but I gotta say that Wishbone, he's pretty cute.
Speaking of Rankin and Bass, rest in empowerment, Wishbone. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah. Lisa tells me they used to film that in a studio like a couple of streets down.
In Dallas?
in Allen. So that's
Oh, shit.
Allen's claim to fame. Wishbone.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, and
Holy shit.
after the interpretation of Legend of Sleepy Hollow, they show you some behind the scenes.
They're just
should-
whipping the dog to do shit, yelling at it.
They show you what a gaffer does and what a I don't know, some of those other people that do the lights and shit. So if you want to know about filmmaking, you know, fuck watching Rob Zombie talk about his fucking shit for 2 hours, or Robert Rodriguez's film school. Just watch the ends of Wishbone. You get the
Not
real
just
deal.
any film school, but 5-minute film school.
Yeah, because you're not gonna make a movie for fucking Fox or Universal or anything. You're gonna make something like Wishbone that maybe, if you're lucky, will come out on PBS. But you ain't gonna be that lucky. You amateur
Chances are
filmmakers
it's
out
going to
there,
be something
you're
for
gonna stay
YouTube.
amateur forever, forever,
Fucking
forever.
bitch. Oh shit! Speaking of which, you reminded me I got to send something off, but that's neither here nor there. Did you watch anything else on this special?
Did someone say treats? Yeah, sure. I do a trick. You got a treat? Good one. Good play on words there, Wishbone. It's trick or treat. Well, anyway.
Oh, tricks, no treats.
Did you watch anything else, Tom?
Fuck yeah, but it's so goddamn dark in here, and I don't have my glasses on.
You didn't bring a torch?
I do, but it's fucking.
A torch, for those of you that don't know,
Decoration only.
is what they call a flashlight.
Gamera 3, though.
In England.
Oh shit, mate. Fuck, I can't even read this. God damn it.
And that's not because of the lighting. He's just a bit illiterate.
Joe, I watched a movie called Sleepy Hollow High. It's not about mouse dicking, but it's about 30-year-old high school kids. This takes place in the late 90s, and they all look like fucking stereotypes. It sucks. I think I just broke the goddamn lantern handle. Fuck.
You did. You
I
can't
hope-
see it, but you did.
Enjoy your time with Rankin and Bass and Wishbone Lantern.
Just get some popcorn from here.
That looks like my face.
So, a bunch of fucking punk ass kids who detention doesn't work for. The principal says, "Gosh darn it, I had enough with you non fucking detention learning fucks. So now I'm gonna have you clean up the woods behind the school." Little do they know, there's a guy in a pumpkin mask, and he's gonna kill them. And it fucking sucks, Joe. Would not recommend. Sleepy Hollow High, fuck you. No bueno. And then, oh fuck, I gotta turn the Broken Lantern back on. God damn it.
I watched an adaptation of Sleepy Hollow with Jeff Goldblum. Did you know there was one?
I kind of remember there being one, but I never saw it.
It takes place in the fucking snow. Why would you do that? Why would you turn this into a Christmas movie, Jeff Goldblum? Why? My mother enjoyed it and had a few laughs. As for me, this was the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And it
Legend of
took place
Snowy
in this-
Hollow.
Yes, the Legend of Snowbanks. Fuck you. It might have been okay if you got rid of that snow.
but you go in to watch a fucking pumpkin faced idiot movie and it takes place on December 23rd. Fuck you, Mr. Goldblum.
Was that made for TV or something?
I'm sure it was. I thought it was funny that they cast Mr. Goldboob. Mr. Goldboob, I said. Hee hee. Goldblum is his name. I thought it was funny that they cast him because he has a big nose like the cartoon character, Joe.
And a long neck and Adam's apple.
I think they might have been anti Semites. Now let's see what next Spooktacular adaptation I've seen.
What the fuck does that say? Oh my god. Joe, this was fun, but I'm going to have to turn this light on and see if this helps anything.
Talk to them for a minute, please.
Tom's busy turning on the light right now. He had this gimmick all planned out, but didn't work because he didn't practice it ahead of time. He didn't think, hey, I need to get out my glow in the dark pen and use that so I can read in the dark. But wow, now his mask looks orangey. And that other lighting, it looks white, like it was a skull pumpkin.
This
Now,
glows in the dark. Oh,
Yeah.
that says Disney Sleepy Hollow. I thought, I was like, what the fuck? But we already
Talked about that.
I watched Night of the Headless Horseman. This was a late 90s, maybe early 2000s, spectacular looking CG animated special that premiered on the Fox network. Are you familiar with the show Reboot?
reboot. No.
Well, you won't get the reference then. Joe, let me just say this was the very early days of CG where all the characters are blocky and fucking ugly. The character designs in this made me want to fucking puke. It was very hard to look at just because of the quality of the animation. However, I liked it. All that shit aside, it's a decent adaptation. It is spooktacular, but it's just hard to look at. But it's a nice time capsule of the time. I'm glad that it's around. And oh my god, where's that thing's body? Oh my god. Hope there's no horses around. But yeah, it's if you want a I can't even really say that it's bad. It's just animated so fucking poorly. But it has all the stars. As old Ichabod, as you called him, is William H. Macy. And Katrina, I think that's that hoe's name. She's played by the Asian lady from Wayne's World that I forget her name. But she's in it. I think Christoph Lloyd is in it, but I
Playing
could be wrong.
drums.
I think he's playing the butthole of the horse, Joe. I thought it was weird a couple times, like the horse, it'd be a close up and you'd just cut muffins. But
Tia
then,
Carrere.
there you go. But then at the credits, it said, and as the horse's flatulence, Christoph Lloyd. And I was just, he's in everything. So good for him. It's worth a watch, but it is so goddamn fucking ugly looking. I had to drink so much water the next day because of how much I fucking threw up watching that fucking thing. I was dehydrated as fuck. But still, I would say it's the best one that I've talked about so far. And that's The Tooth.
Half of it's falling in the chin of the mask, slowly dripping down onto my shirt. That's why I'm wearing a paint rag.
Yeah, I think this is the last year that I'm gonna wear this one because probably gonna start to stink. I could wash it out, but where would be the value in that?
Yeah, you would be washing out memories, Tom.
I know.
I want it to grow spores, you see. Mold spores. Did you watch anything else?
Well, Halloween related. I watched Lady Frankenstein. In this one, Tom, Frankenstein's daughter, Frankenstein's daughter comes back from college. So now she's a doctor too. So yes, we're going into the world of fiction. Suspend your belief. A woman
Lady doctors.
back from college and she's a doctor.
Well, obviously she was working in the cafeteria.
Right. A doctor of foods.
Food sciences.
So Frankenstein, he's like working on, reanimating the dead human, because that's what he does, and he's paying some grave robbers
Damn, that's one of my hobbies.
to bring him bodies, and shit's not going right. And then finally he gets it. He makes this really shitty looking Frankenstein come back to life. Like they put a head application on it, and its eye is up here on its
A head application.
yeah, whatever you call it, headpiece, cod piece they call it. And Frankenstein, the first thing he does, the monster, is kill Frankenstein, and then he just goes out in the village and he's killing anybody he walks into. There's this guy and this lady fucking by the river.
Ooh.
And he grabs the lady, kills her, and throws her in the river, which is a funny scene because they cut away real quick because the lady's supposed to be dead, but you can tell when she's falling. She's like, "Oh shit,"
So were they doing some fucking, or were they doing some fucking
Yeah.
and sucking?
They were doing some mainly fucking because this is an Italian production, and the Italians, they don't do any sucking. It's just all fucking, and then go to sleep.
Ugh.
Yeah, so Lady Frankenstein, now she's in love with Frankenstein's buddy, but he's too old for her. So he devises a plan. There's this like village idiot that works for the Frankenstein castle, and she says, "Hey, look, if we could take your brain and put it in that dude's body, then we could be together. I just can't
And
be
you'd
with
have a bigger wiener.
Yeah." So that's her thing. She's got that going on, while Frankenstein's monster is just going around the village killing people, and it's pretty shitty, but it's pretty entertaining. Lady Frankenstein. You can watch it.
What took you 8 days to finish?
No, that was Gamera, but we'll get to that. In fact, I think the running time on that Gamera is 8 days. But yeah, well, this one took me a couple of days because I'd get home and I was like, well, let me start watching something. And I'd be fucking falling asleep because I was so tired. Yeah, it's a miracle I watch. It's a miracle I'm here right now, folks. But I'm doing this for you guys. And because I know it makes Tom sad when we don't get to record the show. But
Especially the Halloween Spooktacular.
yeah, Lady Frankenstein, I think, is a public domainer. You can watch this shit anywhere.
Except in Korea.
I
Probably
think
get shot for that shit.
because I started watching it on YouTube and then I finished it on Tubi, but I think the version on YouTube is cleaner. It's a
Fuck.
Tubi don't give a fuck. They just throw whatever.
I think Tubi is Fox, but I could be wrong.
See, I was gonna start watching Theater of Blood, blood, not just any theater. This one's made of blood, Tom, with Vincent Price. I found it on Tubi and I put it on, but it's not Theater of Blood. It's Teatro del Sangre,
Fuck.
dubbed in Spanish.
What are you gonna do? Not watch?
Watch it on Redbox. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I watched that. Tom, what did you watch for this Halloween season?
I tried to watch The Curse of the Headless Horseman. This is like 1972. It's no budget fucking 1972. So it looks like complete shit. Off the bat, I was like, fuck.
He's
Like,
cursed.
yeah, it looks really fucking bad. And on top of that, not a goddamn thing happens. I watched for 40 minutes. This fucking hippie, he inherits a dude ranch, I guess, where they put on little shitty old west shows, and I guess fucking middle-aged housefrows can fucking ride a donkey or a horse or some shit for $20. Anyways, him and his
Like that
band
show,
of
hey dude.
yeah, like that, but not for children's. Well, no, I guess it is like that, but they're more into it. I would say it's more ghost town esque, how it's set up like that, and how they're all in like costumes and shit. But dude, it's nothing. Nothing's happening. It's just a bunch of hippies. Like they're fucking two of them are on stage one time, like doing a Cheech and Chong fucking rip off skit. It just fucking sucks. Nothing's going on in it. And head on over to dwnproductions.net and get yourself one of those spooktacular pumpkins with the glow in the dark eyes, which may or may not be on the website.
Probably not.
Mm.
Less and less on that website every day. So order while you can.
Mm-hmm. And after the fucking African American Friday sale, there's going to be even less stuff on that website.
So if you want something, you better place an order during the sale. And if you spend more than $200, you'll get a special free gift. Spoiler alert, it's probably gonna be a boy got wrecked. Wipe out.
Anyways, I watched The Haunted Pumpkin of Sleepy Hollow.
That sounds good.
I thought it was going to be some church shit, Joe. Started out with like a really cheap animated logo for their production company. It was called like Porchlight. And there was a couple kids just like wholesomely sitting on a fucking porch. And then there's like, oh, I gotta get across the bridge, and then the headless horseman won't get me, and I can take refuge there in the church. And I was like, wait a minute. That was never put in any of these before. All he had to do was cross the bridge. Oh my God, it's Senor Wishbone.
That's Ichabod.
But it wasn't. It was just a very whatever animated Halloween Legend of Sleepy Hollow adaptation. I guess this takes place in Sleepy Hollow. Washington Irving's original manuscript is on display at a museum. A couple of what I could only describe as Spider-Man henchmen are working at the museum as janitors so they can steal the manuscript.
And beat up some Chinamen.
But we'll get to that. But they do. They steal the manuscript, hide it in a pumpkin that just happens to be the headless horseman's head. So it comes to life, and now it's all these people trying to get the manuscript, and it's just not good, Joe. It's not too spooktacular. The ghost of Captain Crunch is a little too friendly with these fucking kids. So I would say pass on the Haunted Pumpkin of Sleepy Hollow. Not the best show. Not the worst, but not the best. And then
While Tom's going on to his other film, I just want to say, if you took note of what happened earlier, Tom's wearing a mask and he couldn't see. Problems with vision and visibility. And if you'll notice this, a wide area. So what you want to do is cut out, if you feel you have to wear a mask, cut out to where your eyes, you not limited. You don't want to get I don't know, run over or anything. So, or just use makeups. Makeup.
I'm a Rob Zombie.
So Tom's going to a Lord of the Rings party after this.
I'm gonna go watch the monsters. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking drive a Dragula and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker.
I love my wife. That's why I put her in the movie. What other wholesome Rob Zombie things could we say? Yoga's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. The last thing I watched was a movie called The Hollow. This is I want to say modern day retelling of the legend of Sleepy Hollow. However, this shit came out like 20 years ago. So it's not really modern day.
So modern in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm. So in this one, the legend of Sleepy Hollow was real. It really happened. And the Headless Horseman is out to get the head of a descendant of Ichabod Crane. And it's set up like a teen slasher movie. And Stacy Keach is like the crazy Ralph type character. It's like, oh, fuck, he doesn't talk like that at all.
He's playing Rob Zombie?
No. Fuck, I'm trying to remember. It's kind of a cross between a pirate and an Irish guy. It's a really weird accent he's doing. Oh, yeah, we got to get you now, wee lass. And it's not even like that. It's fucking very ridiculous. Not ridiculous enough to watch the fucking movie for. Come to think of it, another character had a fucking pretty offensive voice he was putting on too. Let's just say it was a white gentleman, not afflicting his voice like a white gentleman. But there's some pretty funny accents in here. Pretty funny trying to act, I guess. Not good. I mean, it's okay. It's what you would expect, except there's really no gore. This might have been like some fucking made-for-TV movie or something. Not sure, but it's better than Jacko. So there's that. But that's not saying much there, Joe.
You ain't seen a fucking thing. So in all these that you watched, what's the consensus on the Headless Horseman? What's he doing? I mean, why is he doing all this shit?
I guess he was like he was on the wrong side in the war. And he made a deal with the devil. And he got his head taken off by an old cannonball. So now he roams the land looking for a head. When he should just roam the land looking for head. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what they said in the Wishbone thing. That he was looking for his head.
It was fucking torn the fuck off by a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Night of the Headless Horseman, they show that. So out of all of these, that's probably the one that I would say fucking watch. But dude, it is so goddamn fucking ugly looking. But I mean, that's the one, really. The Hollow was fucking okay, but it's so just mediocre and nothing really happening besides silly accents. But yeah, no really good adaptations. I didn't care for that fucking one. I know it has your boy Jeffrey Jones in it, but I'm just not a big Tim Burton fan, so I never cared for that one.
Well, I mean, aside from the Wishbone one, which you didn't watch, you know what? I think I watched this one last year, too. I think this has become one of my favorites to watch on Halloween.
Was it mentioned?
No, I'd forgotten all about it, so Yeah, I recommend this one. It's on YouTube all over the place. There's one that the sound is way off on the track, so don't watch that one. You'll find that out pretty quick. But and if you don't want to see Wishbone in modern day, first of all, you're an asshole. But you can fast forward through that and just watch the adaptation part. But you'll miss out on Wishbone, man. Wishbone just cracks me up, man. He's funny. He just wants some treats. He wants, hey, can I have all these tennis balls? It's just, it's a happy-go-lucky dog, man.
Oh yeah, that sip tastes like glow-in-the-dark paint.
Toxic.
No, it's not, but
It is.
yep, but it is.
My shit says it isn't either.
People are talking.
Yeah. The only other thing I watched wasn't Halloween related. I finished the first season of House of the Dragons. It is very slow. It's a soap opera more than it is a fantasy, like kill 'em and shit. There's occasional violence. There's some dragons, which I don't give a fuck about dragons. But hey, they got his eye cut out with one eye. He gets his big ass dragon and they bite the shit or just eat the little kid that's riding the other dragon. So spoilers ahead. That's how it ends.
Okay, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Somebody does though, and
Okay.
somebody's pissed off at me and fuck you. That's my trick or treat to you.
Got him.
Mhm.
Oh. So I didn't watch anything else. That was, I think, every Sleepy Hollow adaptation. I think we covered them all except for the Scooby-Doo one. But we all know that's a goddamn classic worth watching. So here we are, Joe.
Yep. Here we are. Just
Almost at the end.
hanging out in Japan. What is this? Gamera 3?
Revenge of Iris.
Revenge of Iris. Who the fuck is Iris? Well, we find out during the course of the movie. It takes about 30 minutes to find out, though, because the first 25 minutes of this entry is character building and character introduction and not a whole lot of Gamera or Iris action because Iris isn't around yet. Iris is just a fucking egg. Iris
Well,
is
Iris
like,
was the cat originally.
was it?
That was the name of her cat.
Oh, okay.
And she had such little fucking respect for that dead cat. She just named the next pet she got Iris, like fucking Santa's little helper, Snowball 2, whatever the fuck they did in The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking pickle kissing prick.
So yeah, this one focuses on a little girl that her parents were killed the last time, or in the first movie of this incarnation of Gamera, where he fights Gaios, and yeah, her parents died because this shows like, yeah, Gamera's helping out, but man, fucking buildings are getting torn down and like debris falling. There's probably people in those buildings and people are probably dying because of Gamera. So I thought that was cool that they're acknowledging that Gamera, yeah, thanks for helping us with Gaios. Never mind the thousands of people that you killed doing it.
Yeah, and this one it comes off as Gamera doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gamera's in this movie very little.
And when he is, he's extra spooktacular. More spooktacular than you have ever seen him before.
Yeah.
Which was a questionable decision.
I agree, because he does look more monstrous, but doesn't look as cool as he did in the last one, I think. But anyway,
too much.
Iris is this egg that people have been protecting for a long time, and it's just she hatches it somehow.
She sticks it up her ass.
Yeah, warms it up, and then Iris comes out, and Iris is like some energy tentacled snail thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. It doesn't look good. It's very CGI'd, the whole thing with
It
Iris.
looks like it would be in what's that Full Moon Kids offshoot company they tried for a minute.
I don't know. It
Where
looks
they
like
had
the
like
Dragon Riders of Pern shit or some kind of anime. Yeah, it looks like an anime creature or something.
I mean, I'm not an anime fan, and I could tell this fucking, I was going to say issue, but this movie is highly, highly anime influenced.
Yeah. But yeah, there's hardly any monster fighting in this. And, they talk about it a lot. It's kind of like, oh, the Gaos were seen in Costa Rica. Oh, the Gaos attacked something in I don't know, Puerto Vallarta. But you don't see any of that. It's just like this girl moping around and some scientists trying to figure out what's going on, and a general trying to decide, like, well, I don't know, man. That Gamera, I don't know, man. And people running around in the subway and stuff. Or was that the last movie? I don't fucking know.
That was the last one.
Yeah, that one was good. This one is not. This is and it's long. This one is like an hour 49 minutes. And I think even if I wasn't tired, I would have been falling asleep on this one. This is just not good. It drags its fucking feet. Yeah, I like I said, I like that they acknowledge some of the ramifications that these monsters would have on the populace, but still.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was a little too long, and the CGI on Iris is pretty terrible. But to be fair, the CGI on Gamera is pretty terrible. But the Iris is a lot more. It does have some good elements, like dealing with the aftermath and the fucking loss and how you would feel towards Gamera if he fucking stepped on your dad and shit. But I think it has some of the best actual special effects stuff in it. Like the stomping scenes and all that and the fights and shit. Like if you want to see some good Gamera fighting, which little there is, I would say check this one out for that.
I would say fast forward to that, fuck the rest of the movie, because it is boring. By the time you get to that fighting, you're not going to give a shit. The one thing I'll give it is it has some really cool shots. It's got like some perspective shots, like you're like the man on the street looking up at Gamera, and you can get scale from that, and that's pretty cool. Because the scale is usually in those early movies, it's all fucked up. It's like, oh, he's as tall as this building here, and then oh shit, he's like 3 times the size of that same building. So he was constantly fluctuating in size. But yeah, there's some scenes that look good, but man, it's not enough for me. It's just it was boring.
I mean, to be fair, after I watched this, and it was hard keeping my eyes open and everything, I fucking went and took a nap. So maybe it does have that effect. There's some kind of fucking visual tryptophan in the movie or some shit, but yeah, I definitely went and took an old nap after this. If someone could edit these fucking 3 movies down into like a 2-hour thing, I think that would be fucking awesome. But you'd have to have like some weird fucking thing to explain why Gamera looks totally different in the third one.
Yeah, so we got one more, right?
Yes.
Gamera Super Fucker or something.
Gamera the Brave.
The Brave.
I remember it being okay, but I think this is another one for kids.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I picked this. I mean, I can say I've seen them all now after next week, but god damn. This has been rough. I'd rather go watch all the Hellraisers again.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know if I would, but that's why we're all different, Joe.
Yeah, we are. It's our differences that make us special.
Mm. Oh, and in this Gamera one, I forgot to mention that We're the Monsters.
Yeah.
That's also part of this Gamera one.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking pricks.
And that Stone Girl is back again.
Yeah, doesn't look as high. I guess the rest of her face kind of filled out a little bit, but
Yeah, she grew out of it.
good for you, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do drugs. So, Joe, you obviously like Spider-Man.
I do. And this week we're covering Giant Size Spider-Man's number 2. As we mentioned last time we covered a Giant Size Spider-Man's, this was supposed to be like a Marvel team up type thing, special like every month or whatever, but they fucked something up. So they turned it into just, fucking, we'll give these things their own special and do a main story, and then we'll throw a reprint in the back of it. But this time, Spider-Man's meets up with Shang-Chi, the
And
master
the masters of the universe.
of Kung Fu. And unlike Giant-Sized Spider-Man's number 1, he actually meets up with him. He doesn't bump into him on a boat. He's like, oh, excuse me. And then that's it. That's their whole interaction. No, this time they're brought together by a devious plot of Fu Manchu. For those of you that have read Shang-Chi,
Which
no,
is none of you.
he's the villain because he is Shang-Chi's father. And this is like licensed material. This is Sax Rohmer's the series of novels of Fu Manchu and this other dude that's chasing him around. I don't know how Marvel got away with this, but they do give credit to Sax Rohmer at the beginning. I don't know if they were throwing him bucks or whatever. But anyway, starts out with Spider-Man swinging around, and he's just swinging around, sees some guys like causing some trouble, like breaking into a museum and stealing shit. And these are karate dudes. Karate dudes with throwing stars and nunchucks. And one dude almost kicked Spider-Man's ass with the nunchucks.
Not just any dude, but the Disco Godfather.
That's right. He had a soul brother with
It's like the
nunchucks.
Disco Godfather wearing a variation of Galactus's costume.
Yeah. Real
Or maybe
goofy.
Kangish.
Real goofy shit. So, we flash to Fu Manchu and like, hey, this is his part because one of the guys says, no, we work for Shang-Chi. He's going to destroy this, I don't know, he's going to destroy this warehouse or some bullshit. Spider-Man's, well, I got to stop this Shang-Chi guy. But it was all set up by Fu Manchu. And Fu Manchu's got the same kind of bamboozle his son, Shang-Chi, because there's a gang of Spider-Mans. I don't know if you can see this here.
This is what I'm supposed to be.
Me, dressed like these guys. See this? Might be too bright. Whatever. I don't know. But these guys are dressed like this. And they're beating up on an old man. And they're being real racist about it. Because we're going to beat you up and we're going to kill you, you slant. That's what they keep saying. And this, for those of you who don't know, this is a derogatory term for Asians. So you probably don't want to say that just because you read it in a comic book. You don't want, hey, you slant, how's it going? No, don't.
It's
don't
what is referred to these days as Asian hate.
Asian hate. And this comic shows you this is nothing new. This has been going on forever. And the media has finally picked up on it. Way to go, media. Way to stay on top of shit. But anyway, Shang-Chi beats up these dudes. And they, the Spider-Man's gang. So he thinks, I got to stop Spider-Man's with his gang here. And so they go and meet up at the place that each one thinks is supposed to sabotage. And they fight for a while, You'd think Spider-Man's could kick this guy's ass. All he does is no karate and shit. But no, old Shang-Chi, he holds his own. They do the obligatory Marvel fight and then figure out, hey, we were duped. Let's go fucking kick your daddy's ass. They go and they fight a sumo wrestler and they are falling down an elevator or escalator or something. And Shang-Chi gets away. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know if I read a worn copy of this issue, but Shang-Chi was colored a certain way.
So they color Fu Manchu like a yellowish tint, and Shang-Chi, and this is like in all his comics, they color him like an orangish yellow. You know, it's a bit racist.
And he's kind of drawn more as like a Native American
Mm-hmm.
or an indigenous American composed of like or
Right,
opposed to
because
like
they
a
wanted him to
black.
have mass appeal. You know, they wanted the old Marvel true believers. They're not gonna like somebody that looks like Fu Manchu. Let's make him
Come
look
on,
like,
a minority's a minority's a minority.
yeah. Oh, this issue is okay. You know, as far as Spider-Man's comics go, this was all right. And Ross Andrew, which is not a artist I'm particularly fond of, he's got some panels in here where shit, that looks pretty good. You know, Spider-Man's doing some weird poses and like jumping around all crazy, and it's like, man, he's been pretty stiff for the past 139 issues. This looks pretty good. So I would recommend giant size Spider-Man's number.
I wouldn't. It's extremely racist and
It is.
offensive.
You know, I don't think any slants would appreciate this issue for sure.
Sorry, I just can't recommend it, Joe. Hey Joe, you like lists?
I've been known to have a list or two, and yeah, I just made this one within the past hour.
All right. Well, I didn't think you were gonna have a list, so I didn't make one.
Well, that's okay. We don't need to do a list then.
What's your list, Joe? Let's hear it. Some
Tom-
people like the lists.
Tom suggested that we do our favorite Halloween themed songs. And I didn't number this because I didn't have time for that bullshit. But I do have a list of songs. I'd say my honorable mentions. I'm just going to call them. I'm just going to go down the list. But I'm not going to count the honorable mentions like Tom did last week.
Count. Ah.
So at one first honorable mention, I have fourth, the Monster Mash from Bobby Boris Pickett.
How does that one go?
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld, I don't know, something sight.
In eerie sight.
Yeah, and some bitches coming. Yeah, good song. Good song. Then I have Thriller by Vincent Price.
Because it's a no, that's like more some molesting
Yes,
guy.
The midnight hour is close at hand. Yeah. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. Yeah, so Vincent Price wrote that one. Good guy, good guy. Then I have from Alice Cooper, Feed My Frankenstein. I only like this song because it says Frankenstein. Stupid song.
Alice Cooper is a fucking cheeseball, right?
Okay. Yeah, he is.
Okay. I can never get into that fucking shit.
So the next one, and this would, if I was counting the or putting them in order, would be high on my list or low on my, or like within the top three anyway. And this is Andrew Gold's classic, Spooky, Scary Skeletons and Shivers Down Your Spine. You know that one, Tom?
I do.
It's a good one.
I heard it last year.
Then from Iron Maiden, I have Fear of the Dark. Fear of the dark. I have a phobia that someone's always there. And those, Tom, are my honorable mentions.
All right, hold on quick.
I'm gonna hold on quick.
Ah, fuck. My goddamn nose itches, Joe. I think I have enough here to make a fucking list.
Let's see who we got. We got Steve Barry, Jordan Nunn, Jesse Reese,
All right, they will be in no fucking order,
Jake
but
Taff, all in the chat.
I have a list. I will say Slasher Dave just came out with a new fucking Halloween album. I think it's called Halloween Howls. I've been fucking going around this going because there's a fucking song on there called Cassette Tape Cackles, I think. And I've been romping around the shop like an idiot, just going because I'm a fucking dope. But anyways, Joe, in no particular order. Number 10.
Wait, so you're not doing honorable mentions or just going to number 10?
No, I don't. I have 10 that I wrote on the back because I usually
Okay.
make a list of stuff.
Okay, at number 10, and mine also are in no particular order. I have from Screamin' Jay Hawkins, I put a spell on you because you're mine. Screamin' Jay Hawkins, y'all.
Pretty good. My number 10, I guess, would be Candy Apples and Razor Blades by Half Breed. Let me see if I can remember anything. I got the new shit. Candy coated apples is ready for distribution. Something, 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 something. So no, I really can't. But it's Candy Apples or Razor Blades. Candy Apples, Razor Blades. Good stuff. It's about hurting the children. Because the greatest joke of all was the joke played on the children.
Fuck them kids.
Happy Halloween. Number 9-ish.
I have from Rocky Erickson, I walked with a zombie. I walked with a zombie. I don't remember if that's the way it goes or not, if that's the melody. Like all these songs are just jumbled in my head right now.
Oh, that's okay. Number 9, I have Wicked Halloween by the Insane Clown Posse. See if I can remember this. My hand popped up out of the dirt, crawling out with broken limbs. It don't even hurt. My limbs don't work. They're rusty, dry. A millipede made its home in my eye. I'll get by to the week of Halloween. I'm Halloween, howling. Stray dogs following me. That's about as far as I'll go on that.
Well, that's good enough, Tom. That
Thank
is
you.
good enough. What number is this?
8.
7. Okay, I'm on 7 then.
Okay.
At number 7, I have the Howlin' Wolf classic. Well, I ain't superstitious, but the black cat just crossed my trail. And then he says that again because in the blues songs, you say things twice before you move on to the next line, you see.
I have Every Halloween again by the Insane Clown Posse, and it's about fake motherfuckers only celebrating Halloween once a year, while for other people Halloween is every fucking day. And I'm not sure how good that is, Joe, because as a person that Halloween is every day for, the day does not seem special at all. It just seems like another fucking day. But luckily, now that it's mine and Lori's anniversary, then it'll feel like a special day. Because if it was just Halloween, not really just another fucking day.
I like it. Then again, We give out candies to the kitties.
Yeah, they're not allowed to come to my house.
I know, you got that sign. Tom just there snapping that rubber band on his wrist.
Next one.
Number 7. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of lost on the count. But anyway, my next one from Watermelon Slim, Halloween Mama. She don't need no costume when she's out on Halloween. And because it's a blues song, she don't need no costume when she's out on Halloween. She take off a mask, scares people like you never seen. Halloween Mama.
Another one by the insane clown Patsy. It's Halloween on Military. And it goes a little fuck. Damn it. Another Halloween.
Every Halloween.
Fuck. Damn it. Another Halloween. People on Military know what this means. Houses on fire. They're blowing up cars. Creatures on the streets. And razor blades and candy bars. Because it's a joke on the children. Happy Halloween. Now you go.
I think we're at 5. I don't know what number we're on. But I know that this song is on my list. And that's Buck Owens with It's a Monster's Holiday. Frankenstein was the first in line, and the Wolfman come up next. Dracula was doing his stuff, breathing down my neck. And it goes on and on with the other monsters and what they're doing, at this holiday party.
Who was the last in line?
Ronnie James Dio.
Wrestling empowerment. Say what's up to Rankin and or Bass and Wishbone.
Oh, that Wishbone.
Oh. I need a mask. The mask of a killer. I need a mask. The mask of a killer. That is The Mask by the House of Uncrazies.
They were crazy at one time, but now they're uncrazy.
Because of medication and full frontal lobotomies. Mm-hmm. Now it's your turn.
Next, I have classic from Bobby Bear. And this one's Marie Laveau. Down in Louisiana, where the black trees grow, lives a voodoo lady named Marie Laveau. Goes on and on, talking about how Marie Laveau will put a curse on you, and then boom, another man gone down.
Well, next up, I have A Pumpkin's Tale by Slasher Dave. Go search DWN Productions Halloween Special. Give it a listen. Or better yet, just search Slasher Dave, A Pumpkin's Tale, so he can get the ad money from it. Or go to dwnproductions.net and watch the video. I hope to have it up there tomorrow. Why I didn't do it sooner, I don't know. I've just been fucking busy. But tomorrow I do plan on putting the video on YouTube or on Facebook, so you don't have to click off the actual site while you're scrolling and playing with your wiener to people who you would like to rape and or murder. Joe, what do you got next?
Before I go to my next one that didn't quite make the list. Sorry, Slasher Dave, but I had a long list and I scratched some out. Is Sabbath of the Undead from Acid Witch. So if you like the Slasher Dave stuff, you might like the Acid Witch. It's kind of two different stuff, but this one has that kind of cross pollination, I guess you call it. But yeah. So anyway, next on my list is from the Edgar Winter group, Frankenstein. This one doesn't have any lyrics. It's just a musical piece. It goes dun 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 dun. A lot of organ, cool shit, and I
You
don't know.
love playing the organ.
Maybe just because it's called Frankenstein, I think of Frankenstein walking when I hear this song.
And then I have Slasher Dave featuring A La Zulu. When tombs creep open.
Beware, Halloween is here when the tombs creak open and the dead appear. So grab a pumpkin and candle, make sure it's bright, 'cause no jack-o'-lantern can save you tonight. Beware.
Next time, I have the classic from Wesley Willis, Vampire Bat. Once upon a time, a man was attacked by a vampire bird. He was sucked to death. The vampire bird killed him at last. Vampire Bat. Vampire Bat. Vampire Bat. Vampire Bat. Vampire Bat. Fucking Wesley Willis.
It seems like it'd be a pretty good way to go, though. Getting sucked to death. I have another one by Slasher Dave called Black Magic. It reminds me of the Phantasm theme. Good stuff. And I happen to be wearing a Phantasm shirt that I got from FastCustomShirts.com.
Also from Fast Custom Shirts.
That was probably the fastest, most custom shirt you've ever made.
Pretty quick. This mask was also once a shirt. Next on my list, I have from Danny Jacob, My Undead Mummy and Me. And this was a song from the Phineas and Ferb show. Let me tell you about my buddy. He's 2,000 years old. He's wrapped in bandages and covered in mold and debris. My undead mummy and me.
Or as I like to call it, debris.
Debris.
And my final one is from the fine folks at Oh the Horror, and it is Halloween 365. It's about Halloween being 365 days a year, you know. And shit like that. I just don't want to wake up everybody in the house now.
So I don't know. Maybe I overcounted. Maybe you undercounted. But my final one, which just so happens to be, I guess, number one, is Lady Evil from Black Sabbath. There's a place just south of Witch's Valley where they say the wind won't blow and they only speak in whispers of a name. Rest in peace,
sure
Ronnie
you can
James
do
Dio.
more than that. You know the song.
I do. That's all we have time for today, folks.
So tune in next week for...
Oh, I didn't even think of that shit. God damn.
We'll tune in next week for a mystery list.
Mystery lists. It's always a mystery. Rest in
Hope
peace, Ronnie James
everybody
Dio.
and Wishbone and Rankin and or Bass and everybody else. I hope
Not
everybody.
you, Stanley.
I hope everybody has a safe and spooktacular Halloween. All tricks, no treats. I would say head on over to dwnproductions.net and buy something, but why would you buy a mask in November when I already told you the African American Friday sale is coming? So for the love of fuck, put it in order then. But you do need t-shirts, especially to wear to the fall festivals and holiday gatherings. Where can they get t-shirts?
Yeah, what Tom said. FastCustomShirts.com. Hey, I'm gonna be in Houston. If you're out there, come and see me. Buy some shirts. Go say hi to Corey Feldman or whatever. FastCustomShirts.com. Hey, seriously, have a happy Halloween. Whatever you do, be careful. Don't run over no kids or anything. Uh, Stay safe. Make sure everybody around you is safe. Save me the paydays because I like those. Those are really good.
BOYGOB.